What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Extending the Conversation on the BodyCompRx YouTube channel. My name is Jake. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at BodyCompRx. But today we're going to dive a little bit deeper into body composition. So first, I want to talk about different body types and different physiques because knowing your body type and knowing your physique is going to really help you in terms of goal achievement because you'll know what's a little bit easier for your body type and what's a little bit harder and how to best attack those goals. So let's start off with the three body types we have: endomorph, ectomorph, and mesomorph. Those are your three. So endomorph are generally described as shorter individuals who are a little bit more compact and dense as far as weight and height goes. Ectomorph is the opposite, where they're generally on the taller side, and on the skinnier side, they generally have a lot harder time putting on weight and muscle than endomorphs do. And then third, you have mesomorph. Mesomorph is kind of like the best of both worlds, where you're not short and compact and you're not super tall and super skinny. You have kind of like that athletic build. That's kind of like the best way to describe that. Knowing your body type is important because if you're, let's say, an ectomorph, right? You're on the taller side, you're on the skinnier side, you know that you might have a lot harder time putting on muscle than, let's say, an endomorph or a mesomorph does. So you're going to need to potentially consume more calories, especially since you're on the taller side. You're going to want to consume a lot more protein to make sure that you're optimizing your muscle growth, so on and so forth. So each body type may have to focus on a certain aspect of either their training or the nutrition a little bit more because not every body type is exactly the same. So knowing which one you are makes it a little bit easier to narrow down what you may have to do in order to get from point A to point B. So the next thing that I want to talk about is comparing physiques. So as far as body composition goes, it's really, really common for people to either be new to the gym or even been in the gym for a really, really long time and see what other people are doing, what other people look like, and stuff like that. And even goes beyond the gym, what you see on your phone, on social media, what you see on TV and movies and entertainment, stuff like that. A lot of people tend to compare their current physique to the physique of, someone that they want to be like. And as understandable as that is, because I know that we always want to strive to be better, either look better, feel better, whatever the case may be, this is a really dangerous thing to be doing. And, I think everyone that goes to the gym kind of learns this the hard way, or anyone that is looking to better themselves through, nutrition and physical activity learns this the hard way because we always have, idols or people that we look up to that we want to look like, right? But the dangerous side is that what this is doing is it's teaching us to be unhappy with our current state and our current body, and it promotes a bad relationship with ourselves, if that makes sense. And another reason you don't want to do this is because there's a lot of other factors that come into how you look and the way that your body is built, right? So everyone's anatomy is different. Everyone's physiology is different. The blanket statement is that, everyone is different. Everyone has different goals. Everyone starts off from a different point, and there's only so far that you can get. So another reason you don't want to do this and compare yourself to someone that you see on TV or on social media or something like that is because their genetics play a big role in how they look, and your genetics play a big role in how you look, where you store your fat, how your muscles look once they're built, where they insert, all that kind of stuff, right? So by understanding where you are and where they are, if you compare yourself to them, you may be better genetically speaking, or you may be worse. The likelihood is that those people that you see all over the place have really, really top tier genetics, okay? And that's okay. What I want to preach here is that you just want to have a better relationship with how your body is currently, because this will make it easier for you long term in goal achievement, okay? The reason that this will help you long term by having a better relationship with your body and understanding what you can do and what your genetics will allow you to do, is that comparing yourself to people who have supremely good genetics and have ideal lifestyles to uphold those physiques, um, those are very short-term motivators, right? If I want to look like The Rock, can that push me for a couple of months to want to push to be as big as he is, as strong as he is? Yes, 100%. But there is a point where you will not, that will not be enough to push you anymore, because that's a really, really long term goal, right? If I was able to achieve that, one, I would need to grow like 5 inches. I think I'm done. But I would also need to gain tons and tons of weight. So if I know that I need to put on 50, 75 plus pounds of muscle, that's going to take tons of years to do. So, you know, a 6 month motivation of wanting to look like someone is only going to last so long. So that's why just being happy with who you are and what you can do and just trying to improve that a step at a time is the better approach to take. The last thing that I want to talk about today is your relationship with food, because this is a really big deal that a lot of people like to neglect. This kind of carries over into like the fat loss category and how to be better at fat loss. But your relationship with food is going to be really important for your long-term success for achieving your desired body composition. You know, Jesus and I talk about all the time making sure that your relationship with food is good, because if you switch to, let's say, a diet that is nowhere near like your current diet, it's going to be unsustainable for you and it's going to be really hard for you to keep up for a long period of time. Regardless if you're trying to lose weight or if you're trying to build muscle, whether you're in a calorie surplus or a calorie deficit, your relationship with food needs to be good, because if you train yourself to eat absolutely everything you want in as much quantity as you want, that's going to make it that much harder for you when you try and switch sides to when you become into a deficit. So let's say you wanted to lose some weight because you noticed your bulk went a little bit too far or something like that, and vice versa. If when you diet you only eat things that are plain, no sauce, you only eat for the purpose of eating because you need to eat, this is a bad mentality as well, because this will train your brain to not want to eat anything that's good for you. And you need to do that every once in a while, or else you're going to go insane, or even worse, you're going to go on a super hardcore binge, and you're going to lose a lot of the progress that you gained while dieting. So making sure that you're in the middle of those things and making sure that you allow yourself to eat things that you like every once in a while in controlled portions, that's completely okay. I preach that 100%. And either while you're bulking and while you're dieting, the way that I attack that is that I generally eat the same things while I'm doing both. I just change the quantity in which I eat it to account for either the deficit for dieting or the surplus for bulking. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that helped. I hope that gave you a little bit more insight and a couple more tips to help you be a little bit more successful on achieving your desired body composition. If you haven't yet, go check out the main episode of body composition, and where we talk about ideal body comp and how to measure it, all that good stuff. Go check out that video if you haven't seen it already, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Thanks again for tuning into our podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to listen to this week's episode.
If you enjoyed the conversation, we would love it if you shared this with someone who would find this helpful. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at bodycomprx for more tips and information. We'll catch you guys in the next episode.